This is Rosalie. It is April the 3rd, 2020. Seems almost impossible somehow. And it's a time when COVID-19 virus is bringing about a drastic change in our lives, and we're all in and we're trying to stay safe. We're going to continue today with developing a new routine. Now, some people say that if you do something consecutively for 21 days, it will become a habit and you will continue to do it. I have chosen for 15 days for us to make that start as to how we're going to go forward with our lives in a new routine. I had suggested that you make a gratitude list. Start with that. Try something creative. This is a time where you can definitely go about creating a number of new things and a new way of life, a new way of making things for yourself. It's a time of change. We think of change as, we can cleanse our minds like we cleanse our closets sometimes. Because I know this is April, the 4th month of the year, and a number of people who are involved in 12-step programs are looking at step 4, which says something to the effect of making a fearless and moral inventory of your life. So I suggest that you reflect on that. I don't know if that was a direct quote of the 12-step, but that was the general idea of the 4th step in 12-step programs. But I wrote this a long time ago. I was at a church, and sometimes I get bored, ministers preaching, but I'll hear a word or a phrase, and I will start writing about that word. And this particular day, the word was change. And I wrote, cleanse your mind. Let the debris ride away on the wind. Reap the blessings of the universe. Send out messages of thanks. Never stray away from your faith. Gather the seeds of your ancestors and plant them. Let go of envy, jealousy, and resentment. And remember that change is not a game, it's a directive. Change is a path to a new beginning. So I hope you'll find something in that change is a path to a new beginning. And it's not always easy, but it's a journey that we are sometimes forced to take, sometimes we take it willingly. I don't know if you wrote your gratitude list this week, but I did mine. As I do most days, I try to write 7 things that I'm grateful for in the morning when I wake up. I'm grateful for my good mental and physical health. Now, some of you that know me may question, my good mental health, but I'm grateful for it. I am grateful that I have health insurance. I'm grateful for insurance that covers doctors and prescription, and I have dental insurance. I have all of that, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm grateful for my family, my 3 children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. I have 2 living brothers, one in the north and one in the south. But I'm also grateful for my nieces and nephews. It makes me feel good when I get a text or a phone call from someone that says, "Hi, Aunt Rose, how are you doing? I was just thinking about you." I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for friends. I am blessed that I have a group of friends that's known within the community as the Queens. And to all of you, I honor you, and I'm very grateful for you, and may you stay healthy. I am grateful for my home. I'm grateful for the comfort and the safety that I feel in it. I am grateful for technology, for because that keeps me connected with so many other people. My cell phone, my computer, the television, and I'm grateful for grandchildren who help me use the technology that's around me, because a lot of times I'm calling on my grandson who lives here. EJ, I have a problem. What, Grandma? And then he'll come up and he'll help me, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for retirement. I'm grateful for what little savings I have, for my pension, for my Social Security benefits. I feel truly blessed. So those are 7 things that I am grateful for, and it helps me to be able to enjoy life on a daily basis. Now, as we go and think about change, I think, sometimes we have to ask questions like, what were some of the things in life that we feel that was unfair, or some of the things that we feel down about? Now, I wrote a story several years ago, and it's about Lily Rose. I have several characters that I created, and this one happens to be about Lily Rose. And I know it's a time when a number of people can feel depressed and feel despair. So I chose to read this, and it's about Lily Rose and her time in the forest of despair. Some people may say depression, but I use the term forest of despair for this story. Lily Rose gave up hope once Easter Sunday morning in 1961. She remembers the day as if it was yesterday, but she didn't know that she was giving up hope that day. She thought she was making a change for the better. Listen, she looked stunning when she went to church. She was wearing a tight-fitting fuchsia suit. Heads turned that day, men with admiration and women with envy. It is not the positive events that she remembers about that day. It is the reaction of the man that she had chosen to be her husband. He accused her of dressing to attract the attention of other men. In her efforts to prove him wrong, she made a decision that she would dress down in the future. Only she wasn't aware that she was lowering her self-esteem and separating herself from her spiritual foundation. Without looking good, without feeling good, Lily Rose began to wander in the forest of despair. She wandered for a long time. There she saw there were trees of self-pity, vines of self-hate, bushes of worthlessness, logs of hopelessness. Lily Rose wandered aimlessly in the forest of despair. She became lost in those trees of self-pity, and she was trapped in the vines of self-hate. Her path was blocked by the bushes of worthlessness, and she fell over and over again on the logs of hopelessness. They say if you walk down the same street over and over again and fall in the same hole, you go nowhere but down the street and into the hole. So think about that. It needs to change. There are times when you need to really change. Lily Rose wandered about the forest, living on poison berries. They were berries of I can't, I don't know how, I'm not good enough, everyone is better than me. They were all grown on the vines of self-hate. Occasionally she came upon a stream. It was known as the Stream of Hope. Briefly in 1980, Lily Rose stepped out of that forest of despair. How bright the light, filled with hope and plans of the future. She did not know that she had brought the poison berries with her. She ate them. She became ill again. And once again she found herself wandering in the forest of despair. One day she crossed a stream. She found trees of hope, vines of dreams, bushes of self-love, a forest of new life. Lily Rose saw a sign that said, "Beware, there are dangers here." She didn't really pay attention, and it was not long before she understood the meaning of the signs. She came face to face with anger, insecurity, resentment, self-doubt, and her old companion, self-hate, was hiding in the trees. Lily Rose accepted the challenge in the forest of new life. She had no desire to return to the forest of despair. She cried for help. The creator and sustainer of life responded. Hope lives in the forest of new life. To find it, pick up your pen and write. So that's the story of Lily Rose and the forest of despair. And as I said last week, I suggest that you maintain your spiritual connection. Do not neglect your spiritual growth. Whether you choose to call that connection God, higher power, creator of the universe, stay connected. And as I said again, that there is a 12-step program that defines spirituality as a personal connection between you and a higher power. Stay safe, stay healthy, be good to yourself, treat others with kindness and consideration. And I will close once again with the words of the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Until next time.